I am presenting the Unit 3 assignment for ED 5080. Informal assessments allow the teacher to assess students in a variety of ways to get the baseline of what the students have learned from the lesson. These assessments can also be done while learning. The four assessment types I chose to present are Pear Deck, Quizlet, Edpuzzle, and Padlet. The first assessment I'm going over is Pear Deck. I use this for check for understanding and flashcard review. Um, the Pear Deck is an extension of Google Slides, and if I were to present this specific slide to my students, the next slide would have questions on the student's computer for them to answer, and this gives me information about what students have learned on the slides prior. This is EdTech, so I'm going to go over the assistive technology. If there were to be a video in the Pear Deck for students to watch, they could put closed captions on it to read, text to speech, and use of touchscreen. The advantages of the AT would be students can follow the video and be able to understand the video by reading captions, and students can listen to the text that is on the Google slide. Disadvantage for text to speech would be that headphones have to be used by those students during the lesson, and they would have a slower pace while using text to speech. That yes, they would hear me talking, but they would have that disadvantage if they want to listen on the computer on the text. Next is Padlet. This is used for check for understanding and creating a baseline of knowledge after a lesson. It is EdTech, so the assistive technology would be speech to text or touchscreen. Padlet is an online discussion board for the class. There's no disadvantages. An advantage would be speech to text allows the students to talk the text they want to write on their Padlet into the computer. A touchscreen allows students to navigate the computer with more ease by using their finger or stylus on the screen. This helps students who have trouble with fine motor and typing. Here's an example. This I used before a lesson. So I put in, what do you know about medicine? What do you want to know about medicine? What did you learn? So this can be used during an entire chapter throughout a course of a couple days. Next is Quizlet. This is very popular, and it can be used as a review game. It could be used as a baseline assessment. So if you have given assignments, there are flashcards on there, and after reviewing the flashcards, and each individual student can do online quizzes based on those vocab words. This is EdTech, so the AT is text to speech and speech to text. Disadvantage would be when playing Quizlet live as a group, students may have a disadvantage because it will take time for them to use the assistive technology, and it may disadvantage them at winning the game. Advantage, students are able to highlight the text for the computer to read it to them, or they can talk into the computer for written answers on the quizzes, and the computer will type it for them. Last is Edpuzzle. This is used for baseline assessment, check for understanding, or introducing a new topic. This is EdTech, so the assistive technology, the number one thing would be closed captions. This is solely video, so they would watch the video and they can listen to it, and they can also add closed captioning. Text to speech and speech to text. Since there are questions during the video, students can use text to speech or speech to text. Advantage would be students can highlight the text and the computer can read it to them, or they can talk into the computer for the written answers on the quizzes, and the computer can type it for them, and then closed captioning. In summary, in my classroom, I'd like to use EdTech that is engaging to students, yet is useful to the teacher to assess student learning. All four of these EdTech programs are used in my classroom weekly, if not daily. So I know that some EdTechs are engaging, but they involve too much and it can be distracting to students. So these things here, I believe, are useful for my students, and it's able to the teacher to collect information about what was taught in the classroom. Okay, thank you.